What? Now he like dollar store Elon Musk.
It's been a while since we've reviewed Nick DiGiovanni. Well, today we're going to be seeing how he makes his pho. I think that's how you pronounce it correctly. Let me know, guys, down below if I need to change the pronunciation a bit. I don't speak Vietnamese. Also, if you do enjoy my videos and you keep coming back and seeing my videos and recipes and my reaction videos as well, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as it means a lot to me and it helps the channel out greatly, and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future content. So that way, every time I post, you get to see, oh, James has a new video out. Now, let's get started.
This babyface MasterChef finalist, Nick DiGiovanni, he found Uncle Roger's phone number. Hi, who calling me?
Uncle Roger! I haven't been sleeping very well. I need this uncle title.
Hi, nephew Nick, how you get my number? He make ramen, he make egg fried rice, he make Thai green curry, but still can't impress me.
That's true, isn't it? It's like with every recipe so far with Nick, he hasn't quite impressed Uncle Roger enough to give him the uncle title. He's always done something that's made Uncle Roger put his leg down.
Now every day he calling Uncle Roger, asking me to review his pho. This is most annoying chef on YouTube.
Maybe that's what I need to do to get Uncle Roger's attention. Get his phone number and then call him every single day to review one of my cooking videos. I also need to make more cooking videos. I need to make some egg fried rice.
If you haven't heard of pho, it's the most famous Vietnamese noodle soup in the world. It's time to go grab some ingredients. If we're gonna make a recipe that takes 8 hours, we better go get good ingredients. We're gonna head to an amazing Asian supermarket to grab them.
He taking us shopping again. This cooking video, not supermarket sweep.
Nick's going shopping again. We've done this in like literally every single video that we've reviewed with Nick.
I am heading right now to an Asian grocery store. We are on our way to the biggest and baddest Asian grocery store in Boston.
I mean, I haven't watched that many videos of Nick other than with Uncle Roger. Does he do this in every single video? He goes down to his local store.
When Uncle Roger make video, I just make video. I don't show you me going to shop buying orange polo. And nephew Nick very dirty. He gonna do something weird with vegetable.
Well, after seeing Nick in his previous videos, yeah, you can bet on that.
See? See? Stop sexually harassing vegetable. Don't treat grocery store like Tinder.
I mean, what are we honestly watching? It's like every single time he goes to the market, he does something indecent. Like literally every single time.
But he buying MSG. That good?
Good, right? So let's begin. I'll start by charring off the skins of several onions just to get
Charring onion good?
Now we'll do the exact same thing with our ginger. The
Correct.
from all of the
Charring ginger, correct?
Now see, this is the benefit when having like a gas burner. Not all houses have them, and depending on where you live, gas can be a little expensive, but even if you have one of these little portable gas burners, you can do these sorts of things like burn some veg, so you don't have to like pop them in the oven and then waste more electricity.
Our ginger is properly charred.
No. I don't think you char enough. Roast onion and ginger for 10 minutes on the fire. You want it blacker. Less Obama, more Wesley Snipes.
When you're going to char or actually burn any ingredients like this, like chilies, peppers, anything like this, you want to get it a lot darker than this if you're going to remove the skin. Otherwise, you may not be able to remove the skin. And a quick tip if you're going to be doing this with like chilies is to actually put the chilies into a bowl and then film it tight to allow the condensation to soften the skin, so that way it's easier to take the skin off. And there's a lot of little tips and tricks that we use in the kitchen.
We'll add about 8 to 10 pods of star anise, which
Anise,
smells
correct.
exactly like licorice. A couple cinnamon sticks,
Cinnamon
a few
good.
cardamom pods,
Cardamom
a
pod good.
handful of coriander seeds,
Coriander, correct.
fennel seeds, which also have
Fennel, correct.
flavor, and last but not least, a few whole cloves.
Clove, okay. All the spice good. Not bad, nephew Nick, not bad.
Well, that we haven't seen a lot. This is high praise from Uncle Roger. Normally, he doesn't give like a lot of praise and like, you know, you're doing a good job with these recipes. So, Nick's doing good so far.
Toast these for about 3 to 5
Toast them good.
heat. And keep in mind, you can adjust the levels of these seasonings.
No, don't toss them. No need tossing. Now it's falling out. Your kitchen floor now more flavorful than all Jamie Oliver restaurant. Hey, that's not very nice.
What was that? What did we just watch? Honestly, right now you can definitely tell like Jamie is Uncle Roger's nemesis. He always has to pick and make fun of him, doesn't he? Woo!
Yeah!
So feel free to get creative. At this point, we'll take our cute little spice sachet and add in all our toasted seasonings.
Nick, it's a tea bag. They teabag me.
What is this sexual tension between the two of them? Are you making pho or chlamydia?
No sorry children or anything. I mean, like seriously, you need to put a disclaimer on this video. Golly.
Few lemons into a
Lemon already?
Toss in the lemon halves too. Next, we'll fill our pot with cold water. It's time to add in our meat. For the bones and meat, we want marrow-rich beef bones such as noodles or leg bones. We'll add in some beautiful oxtail.
Also guys, I do know that Nick is using this like glass stock pot today to help show us all the ingredients, which is great because that way, you know, you don't have to get that top-down angle, which can be a little difficult. But just keep in mind, I wouldn't recommend buying one of these because these are extremely fragile. If you put them into contact with anything while they're hot, with something cold like the counter, if it's a little cold, they can crack on you, and that's not a good thing.
Some gorgeous short rib, a giant piece of flank steak, and a little piece of brisket. To finish this off, we'll add a nice handful of salt. Give it a nice...
Why when Nick putting spice in, always this weird hand motion? Hiya, professional chef so busy in kitchen. No time for elegant fingering. Just throw.
This is true. Normally in the kitchen, especially when you're in like a very busy place, you have to run. And I mean like run. So you don't have time to do all these little things. Although, then again, if you're working in either a slower paced kitchen, or if you have like a lot of staff, a lot of help to make everything perfect, like in more Michelin star restaurants, then yes, maybe you are maybe a little more delicate with the way that you spread the salt and everything. You can be. It depends on the kitchen.
And let it soak for 1 hour. We'll discard our lemon halves and bring the pot to high heat, boiling the bones and meat for 5 minutes.
Wait, this just boiling to clean the meat. You don't need to put lemon just yet. Lemon come later because now the meat gonna be little bit sour from lemon.
Now we'll rinse our beef off in this cold water. And as you can see, we've gotten tons of that gunkiness and dirtiness out of our meat. Trust me, I've learned
But good meat and good cleaning also.
So now we'll rinse out our pot. Now onto a sheet tray, we'll add some paper towels, then place down our beef and bones to dry. Now we'll put our meat dry. Then to our pot with fresh water, we'll add back that parboiled meat.
Nice.
Blast this on the highest heat.
The broth gonna be nice and clean this time. Good job, Nick. Good job.
In the West, making stocks with like veal stock, beef stock, or anything like this, we don't blanch the meat. It's not necessary to blanch it before. We throw everything in and we make the stock, we reduce it, and then we make that stock into sauces. And then if we want to make, say, a consommé, then we add egg whites to that, and egg whites collect the proteins that make the stock very dirty, and we purify that stock into something that is super crystal clear. And then again, it also takes out a lot of nutrients from the stock or the broth that you're trying to make, but that's what happens when you want a clear stock.
This is where we're gonna see lots of impurities come to the top.
Looking nice for
Gently
you.
remove the gunk from the top until the top of our pot looks nice and clear. Now we reduce to low and partially cover for 3 hours. While we wait, we'll prepare
Your cameraman sneezing because he allergic to your bullshit.
He probably is. If we take a quick look, you can see that the top, the lid to the pot is not right for the pot. It's actually a little too big. Now, if this is the only thing that you have, okay, you can use it in a pinch, as long as the lid is bigger than the pot. The only downside is with a big pot or a big lid like this on the pot is that it'll start to collect condensation, and well, you have a bit of a mess around the pot itself, which it happens when you just have to clean it.
prepare our vegetables. To start, a daikon radish.
Daikon.
Most of my vegetables in
Daikon not traditional, but okay.
pieces. So for this, I'll just do a nice rough chop. For our onions, I'll peel away all of our charred bits.
Nice.
Peel these will make for a
Correct.
pretty slobby broth.
Keep it clean.
One recommendation I would have, obviously Nick is doing this in front of the camera, that's fine. But if you want to do this without a big mess and to also get rid of all the little black bits, because you don't want that. The little burnt black bits can mean carcinogens. You want to get rid of that. And the best way to do that is to actually rinse them under the sink while you're cleaning, say, the onions or the ginger. But then again, Nick's doing this for the camera for the video.
I'll simply take a spoon and peel off that charred outside layer. Once this has been simmering for 3 hours, I'll add in my charred but peeled onions.
See, that's the same reaction when Uncle Roger catch my ex-wife cheating on me. I just don't want to get splashed on.
What has this come to, this video? Seriously.
So I'll break this in half and add in some ginger, maybe just a little bit more. And then a few nice hunks of my
Nice using feeling.
with more salt. And then we'll add just a bit of this beautiful rock sugar.
Good, correct.
Directly into my...
Sugar correct, but great for what? The whole lump gonna dissolve in broth anyway. Hiya, this not pasta, you not grating cheese. No need so fancy.
Uncle Roger's right about this, but the other thing that, well, I'll add to it is that why would you want to take something that's literally rock hard and ruin your microplane or your grater? Because that will dull the blades on it. So it's a better idea to crack it or to break it into smaller pieces if you want it to, say, dissolve a little quicker, which is fine. Take a chef's cloth, put it inside, put it on your cutting board, take a big pot and crush it. That's the easiest way to do it, to take a hammer. In the kitchen we don't have hammers, so we have to use heavy pots.
Now we'll simmer this for another 2 hours.
Good.
After quite a long period of time, we can remove those...
This is getting a little painful to watch. I mean, Nick, I don't know if he's doing these little things on purpose, these like little mistakes, or he's honestly just being a little clumsy in the kitchen. You never pick something up like this with tongs if it's gonna slip and fall right back into something that's boiling hot, because you can burn yourself.
You can add some fish sauce if you'd like as well, and we'll cook this yet.
Wait, what he say? What he say?
You can add some fish sauce if you'd like as well.
No, fish sauce not optional. Nephew Nick, I hope you use fish sauce, not optional. Pho without fish sauce, it like Gordon Ramsay without swearing. Something missing.
He's right about that, isn't it? Ramsay not swearing seems a bit strange.
Fuck off you fat useless sack of fucking Yankee danky doodle shite.
This good time to put MSG in there also. You just buy MSG from store. Why you don't use? Why?
I think Nick is just trying to be a little more facilitating with people wanting to make this recipe. You know, I mean, if you say you have to do it and people don't have it and they have the other ingredients, so, you know, I think he's trying to be a little more like this.
What? Now he like dollar store Elon Musk.
While we wait for our broth, it's time to soak our noodles. Quite simply, we add our rice noodles to
Good, correct noodle.
water and let them sit for about 30 to 45 minutes.
Another tip, if it doesn't quite fit in the bowl that you're trying to soak the noodles in, get a bigger bowl.
When it's literally getting dark outside.
That not even dark? The sun's still up?
Our pho broth is complete, and pho is all about the broth. So I'm gonna have my cameraman Manny, who has never tried pho in his life, come and taste.
All right, let's try this. It's really hot.
Oh, so that many.
Blow on this. That's hot. That's really good.
Why his hair cut like this? It like the hair on side of his head run away and meeting on his chin. I think his barber fucked up.
That's exactly what I said in a previous video with Nick. It kind of looked like his barber messed up a bit.
Our meat is soft and tender to the point that the bone should slide right out. The bone should slide right out.
Ah, good. Sliding my bone right out. That also Uncle Roger's favorite bedroom activity. Sorry, children.
His bloody video. Just because you can pull the bone out doesn't mean that the meat is tender.
Now it's time for our noodles. For some reason, mine says Helen on it. And I was
Helen?
Roger talking about someone named Auntie Helen.
Auntie Helen, that my ex-wife, is that her new business venture? Of course she making colander now. This bitch love torturing me. Oh my god, she draining rice with colander.
Once my noodles have soaked, I actually like to cook them in the broth itself.
No, you don't cook noodle in the broth.
Why is Nick wanting to cook the noodles in the broth? Well, I mean, you can, but it's gonna make it a bit cloudy.
You cook noodle in water separately. What you doing, Nick? Why you do that?
My thought is this: why dilute your pho with a bunch of water if you've worked so long and so hard to achieve such an amazing flavorful broth? By cooking the noodles in the broth, you'll soak up some of that flavor. It makes for a more delicious and powerful pho experience.
No. I know you just wash noodle with water. But starch in noodle only come out when they're heat. So when you cook noodle in broth, the noodle starch gonna come out and enter the broth. It gonna make the broth cloudy. Hiya. You should know this, nephew Nick. Why so lazy? Start fresh batch of water and boil your noodle in there.
We'll make a few nice slices of our beautiful food.
It look good.
Soft and tender, almost like the juicy briskets I always make.
Quick tip, guys, when cutting things like flank steak or anything that can be a little tough, it is a good idea to cut across the grain, meaning this way, yeah? like Nick is doing here, so that way when you go to bite the meat, it will actually fall apart in your mouth. Instead of cutting it along the grain, meaning this way, because otherwise it can be quite difficult, even if it is tender, but it can be difficult to break the fibers.
It's time to assemble. On one side, we'll go in with our beautiful rice noodles, and on the other side, some lightly blanched beef.
Nice. Look
Then
good.
we'll go in with some beautiful, thinly sliced beef. Also,
Correct. The thin sliced beef, eat raw. Correct. Because we use the broth to cook it later.
That means though that the broth needs to be hot, like it just came off a boil, hot, not lukewarm.
add in a few slices of this juicy flank steak.
Nice.
Now to finish things off, I'll strain my broth into the bowl.
At this step, usually you don't need straining. The broth should already be clean. And when you strain broth, sometimes it loses heat and you need heat to cook the raw meat. Small mistake.
Aye, take no prisoners, Uncle Roger. Tell him. One more thing that I'll add to this is that anytime that you're using a chinois or a sieve like this, where it has that bloody bar at the bottom, it's not that it's a bad chinois. It's just that when you go to pour any liquid, case in point, it needs to be in a deeper like container or a vessel, because otherwise what can happen is as soon as the liquid hits that bottom band, it goes sideways instead of going straight down.
A few nice leaves of Thai basil.
Basil, good.
Wedges of lime. I like.
Lime, good.
And then in a bowl off to the side, I'll add some hoisin sauce as well as a nice scoop of sriracha. This is for dipping our meat in, but don't add it to the broth. You've worked too hard for this.
Fuyo, nephew Nick know about this?
Give yourself a pat on the back because you made the perfect.
Not bad, not bad. It just looked little bit starchy from the noodle.
I do have to admit, it looks pretty good. A lot better than Rachel Ray's pho that she made not that long ago. It does look good, but I honestly think that Nick had a bit of help.
But very good. So big improvement from his dirty ramen broth. Nick broth used to be dirtier than nephew Nigel DM. This actually really good. Missing spring onion and coriander in the end. And some small mistake here and there. But he the first chef I review who make the whole pho broth from scratch. He got help from Twee. Auntie Twee, she Uncle Roger good friend. She live in London also. So give her a follow on Instagram. She makes some of the best pho Uncle Roger tried. Nick doing very good research this time.
Yeah, Nick had help. He did. Well, he still did a good job, but he had a little bit of advice.
Uncle Roger actually very impressed. Congratulations. Now you are Uncle Nick Fuyo. And now can you stop annoying me? Hiya. Uncle Roger need to change phone number now.
Uncle Roger has a little bit of help with these recipes as well, but he does do his research. And I do have to admit that Nick did do a very good job. His ramen was another thing, but this one, the pho, it turned out really, really nice. He could have added a few little things like Uncle Roger was saying, a little bit of cilantro, maybe some red onions, spring onions, maybe some other things. But overall, it was still good. At least for somebody that doesn't make pho all the time, he did a very good job. I'm trying to get into making recipes again so Uncle Roger and everybody can review my work as well, because it gets a little boring just reviewing videos. I need to collab with Uncle Roger and everyone else. So let me know down below, guys, what recipes you think I should make. In any case, hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you have any questions or comments, as always, let me know. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any content. And please give the video a like. At least one of the things. Subscribe, that's the most important thing. But liking the video does help the video be seen by more people. Well, until next time, take care and have a great week.